Alright, here's my new car. 2000, well, it's a new used car for me. Used new. But it's a 2013 GT base. I was going to get the Z28. It was a toss-up between this and a Camaro. And this ended up being quite a bit cheaper than the Camaro. Had a little more miles on it, but it's still 46,000, sort of low miles. And it's got some serious performance. Runs really good. Got some lowering springs on it, some aftermarket wheels, some aftermarket suspension parts in the back. The interior is nice and clean. Nice AC. Doesn't have the Recaro seats, but they are leather. Has the 6-speed. Went with that instead of the automatic. The Camaro is automatic, but the more I thought about it, I guess I'll stay with a stick until I can't push the clutch in. And then my son was interested in maybe buying this, so if it doesn't work out for me, I can pass it on to him and let him take over the payments, and I can get an automatic at that time. So, but I always liked the front ends on these. I was going to get an S550, but I don't care for the styling on the front, but I sort of like the back of the car, and you get the front end that I like with this and the back of the S550, so it was a good compromise. But it's silver. Doesn't have a lot of options. It's a base model, but it's going to be just fine for me. And I'm going to go drive it today. I'll take the camera and maybe get some videos, and then we'll do a more in-depth video with my son. Let him use this camera and do all the cool shots. But it's got Continental tires all the way around, and it's got decent rubber. I'll be buying some back ones here not too far in the future, but they have some decent tread on them, and no body damage or anything. Looks pretty good. So that's where we're at. This inside over here needs a little detail, a little cleanup, but not too bad. I was going to trade the Porsche in, and then the German Soul came out. The car, they offered me $9,000 on trade-in, which doesn't sound like a good deal, but for a trade it wasn't bad for what I'd been offered. And I was going to do that deal, and I took the car down to the dealership, and as soon as I decided to trade it in, it started acting up. The driver's door won't open, and the AC quit working on the way to the dealership. Of course, it was raining out, so it was a miserable drive there. And once I got there, the door still wouldn't open, and the guy that appraised the car had to crawl over the console to drive it, and they wanted to knock $4,000 off because the door wouldn't open and the AC quit working, and I couldn't do it. So I ended up keeping this, and we'll sell this outright to somebody or whatever, but I couldn't let it go for $5 grand. And when I came home the other day, or yesterday, I let the car, parked it in the yard, and I went to move it where it's sitting right now, walked up to it, and the door opened right up. So don't know if it just didn't want to end up at a Ford dealership or be traded in, but it wasn't having any part of it, so I ended up with this too. So that's where we're at. Still got this Mustang I need to fix up. Probably going to do a little body work on this and take it down to Mako, let them spray a fresh coat on it, and cut this loose. I was going to give this to my daughter, but I think a Honda would be better for her, something less aggressive. But I did just buy the G-Force radials for the back and the 10.5-inch wide rims, so we'll have to do something with those. I can probably take those off and put the stock ones back on, and stuff like that. But probably going to be saying goodbye to this one for sure, and I'm trying to unload the convertible still. Somebody asked about that. I'm going to still have the convertible. I would like to sell this car. If I don't sell it soon, I'm going to be forced to go ahead and paint it. The market's much larger for a painted car than something that needs a restore. This thing doesn't really need to be restored. I mean, it's totally decent. You could drive it the way it is, but it's got little spots, you know, little bubble there and here and there, and that scares people with money. So they want something that's done that you can jump in and just drive. So if I don't sell it soon, in the next week or two, we're gonna have to make a move on this, bring it into the shop, and go through this, you know, put some floors in it, do the trim work, and throw a paint job on it, and I think that'll open up the market for it. The bus, I still have the bus. I'm sort of reluctant to sell this. I really like the bus. It's a good storage facility, and I just enjoy driving it, so I'll probably throw a paint job on this and just keep it for a utility vehicle. But anyway, that's what's going on. Definitely need to get rid of the Mustang and the convertible. And I've been thinking about cutting the motorhome loose. We got stuff for Andrea to sell. She's going to be selling full.
That's what I do.
Anyway, I've been cleaning that up. We just don't use it enough. And I'm leaving. Just resealed the roof on that. Okay, baby, be careful. I'll see you in a little while. I got my phone, so. Anyway, that's what's going on with that. Been doing the cleanup, going through it, defunking, bleaching everything out, making it all pretty, and probably be putting that up for sale. And cutting that loose to recover some of the money that I spent on the Mustang. So yeah, got to do something. But anyway, that's where we're at. I've had a couple other people ask me about doing some Volkswagen work. The shop's almost ready for that, and hopefully soon in the future we can get that rolling, and I can start doing a little cylinder head work or motor work, whatever, just something to keep me busy. So anyway, thanks for watching the video. You guys probably saw Andrea put a video up, and she's been doing the chocolate thing. She was pretty proud of the way that show went, so she put the video up so you guys could check it out. A lot of the guys that follow my channel that are new to it, you might find all kinds of stuff on my channel. It just depends on the day you tune in. But a lot of the people that are subscribed are friends with my wife too, so they like to see what she's doing. So hope you guys didn't mind that video. Hope you guys are having a good day. Go out there and push that record button and make something happen.